Welcome to today's deep dive. Have you ever tried to run a standard video cable across a large room only to have the screen, flicker or just completely fail?
Oh, it is incredibly frustrating.
Right. Well, today we're examining the spec sheet for the DVIGear DVI-25100-AOC. It's a 100-meter HDMI cable with a price tag of nearly $1,200.
Yep, nearly the price of a used car just for one cable.
Exactly. And we're going to explore the engineering magic required to push a pristine 4K video signal the length of a football field. So, okay, let's unpack this. Because to understand the engineering and, well, the crazy price, we first have to understand the massive data roadblock of modern video.
Right. I mean, that really is the core of the issue. You aren't just sending a simple electrical pulse anymore. A modern 4K resolution screen refreshing at 60 frames per second requires this massive data pipeline.
Yeah, we're talking about up to 18 gigabits of data every single second, right?
Exactly. It's a staggering amount of information.
And trying to send an 18 gigabit signal over 300 feet of standard copper wire it's like trying to shoot a fire hose of water through a standard garden hose. Over that kind of distance, it just loses pressure and completely fails.
It just degrades into mud, yeah. What's fascinating here is how they solve that. They use what's called an active optical cable, or AOC.
So they use fiber optics instead of copper?
Well, it's actually a hybrid design. The heavy lifting is done by 4 polyfluorinated optical fibers, or POF, but there are also 6 copper members in there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the cable literally converts the video data into light. So you get this massive bandwidth over 328 feet with virtually zero electrical interference.
Oh, meaning really low RFI and EMI, so no static from other electronics?
Precisely. Light doesn't care about radio waves.
That makes sense. Transmitting the signal via light totally solves the distance problem. But here's where it gets really interesting for me.
Right.
Yeah, physically routing 300 plus feet of cable through a building's infrastructure creates a whole new headache. How on earth do you fish a bulky, delicate HDMI head through like tight in-wall conduits or those commercial HVAC plenum spaces without breaking the glass?
Well, that's the trick, right? They aren't using traditional glass fiber. Remember I said POF.
Right, polyfluorinated optical fibers.
Exactly. That allows the plastic to be clear like glass, but massively flexible. It actually has a flexible 2-millimeter bend radius.
Wait, 2 millimeters? You can basically tie that in a knot?
You really could. And as for the bulky HDMI head,
Yeah, you can't just bend metal to make it fit through a narrow pipe.
no, you can't. So they made the HDMI docking connectors completely detachable.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you pull a tiny, sleek micro connector through the walls using a built-in pulling eye. And then once it's through, you just snap the standard HDMI head right back on.
That is such a brilliant mechanical solution. But hang on, you mentioned it converts data into light. Doesn't an active cable need to be plugged into a wall outlet somewhere to actually power the lasers for that conversion?
You would think so, but no. That is probably the most elegant feature here. It draws its tiny power requirement, which is under 0.235 watts. By the way, directly from the HDMI source device.
Wait, really? From the TV or computer itself?
Yep. No external wall plugs or power bricks required at all.
Wow. So what does this all mean? For you listening, it means this isn't just a cord. It's a professional-grade, interference-free transmission system.
It really is an incredible piece of tech. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it leaves you with something wild to think about regarding the future of our buildings.
How so?
Well, if today's 18 gigabit 4K signals already require us to literally shoot lasers through fiber optics just to travel 100 meters, what kind of radical material science will our buildings need when 8K or 16K video becomes the standard?
Man, that is a wild thought. It definitely puts that flickering screen in your living room into a whole new perspective.